We are covering these two top stocks with 100% plus percentage gains today. While watching bullish price actions, let us inform you, our review on ICCT iCoreConnect Inc. has definitely been stirring the pot recently, and investors are feeling the impact. For some background, iCoreConnect is a cloud-based software company, mainly offering solutions aimed at improving workflow and profitability in the healthcare space. They've built a solid platform with over 16 different software-as-a-service, SaaS solutions, which cater to sectors like dental, medical, and business IT. The company also has over 100 agreements with state and regional healthcare associations, so it's been steadily growing its presence in the healthcare tech space. But here's where things take a sharp turn. iCoreConnect has recently been hit with some pretty significant financial news. The company announced that PG Solutions, a partner of theirs, is exercising the right to hold a public auction of iCoreConnect's personal property. This auction is set to take place on or after May 9th, and it's a major red flag for the company. When a company faces the possibility of losing assets through a public auction, it suggests some serious financial trouble or operational difficulties. This news alone has got a lot of investors questioning the future of iCoreConnect and its stock. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Despite the heavy news, iCoreConnect stock has skyrocketed by a massive 654% today. This kind of sudden surge is raising a lot of eyebrows. Is it a sign that investors are jumping in, hoping for a recovery or a turnaround? Or is it a short squeeze? A short squeeze happens when investors who've bet against a stock are forced to buy back shares to cover their positions as the price goes up, and it can cause a rapid, sharp increase in the stock price. This could very well be what we're seeing with iCoreConnect right now, a short squeeze fueled by that dramatic rise in stock price. But here's the tricky part. While that 654% jump looks impressive on paper, it doesn't necessarily mean that the stock will keep climbing. The underlying issue is still the auction of iCoreConnect's personal property, which indicates some significant financial distress. Yes, the company offers valuable solutions like iCoreX, their e-prescribing platform that helps with efficiency and patient safety in the healthcare sector. But no amount of great technology can hide the fact that the company's financial health is shaky at best. For investors, this situation is a bit of a roller coaster. The big question is whether today's surge is a momentary spike driven by short sellers scrambling to cover their positions, or if there's something more to it, like a potential turnaround or even a buyout offer. The auction of iCoreConnect's assets certainly complicates things, and it's a sign that the company is facing serious hurdles. So, for anyone thinking of jumping into iCoreConnect right now, it's crucial to approach this with caution. The stock price may have gone up dramatically today, but that's not necessarily a sign that it's a safe bet long-term. You've got to keep a close eye on how the company handles this situation moving forward. If they can manage to come out of this financial mess and stabilize, there could be some upside. But if things continue to deteriorate, those gains might not stick around for long. In the end, this is one of those situations where there's a lot of volatility, and investors need to decide if they're willing to take on the risk. Volatile stocks like this can offer big rewards, but they can also burn you if things don't go as expected. It's definitely a high-risk, high-reward situation, so tread carefully and keep an eye on how this develops. Our review on CORT. Corcept Therapeutics Incorporated has been making a big splash recently with some pretty exciting news. For a quick refresher, Corcept is a commercial-stage biotech company focused on developing medications to treat a variety of serious health conditions by targeting the hormone cortisol. They've been especially known for their treatment, Korlym, which helps people suffering from Cushing syndrome, but they've also got a robust pipeline with a bunch of promising drugs under development. Now, let's dive into the recent news that's shaking up the stock. Corcept just announced some major progress in its Phase 3 Rosella trial for relacorilant, a drug aimed at treating platinum-resistant ovarian cancer. The results were pretty stellar. Relacorilant, when combined with nab-paclitaxel, showed a 30% reduction in the risk of disease progression compared to nab-paclitaxel alone. On top of that, the overall survival rates were also looking solid. Patients on the combination therapy had a median survival of 16 months versus just 11.5 months for those who got nab-paclitaxel alone. What's even more promising is that the treatment was well tolerated with no new safety concerns popping up. As you can imagine, This kind of data got the analysts buzzing, and several big names raised their price targets for Corcept. H.C. Wainwright bumped their target from $115 to $150, and Truist Securities followed suit with the same $150 target. This news got the market fired up, and by midday, Corcept stock was up a massive 109%. That's a pretty huge jump, and a lot of people are now really looking at Corcept as a potential growth story, especially with the upcoming new drug application, NDA, submission expected in the third quarter of 2025. The market's response shows just how big the potential is here. But let's take a step back. The fact that this trial hit its primary endpoints in such a competitive space gives Corcept a significant advantage in the oncology space, and they're gearing up for potential approval and launch around 2026 or 2027. Plus, the fact that relacorilant can be used regardless of folate receptor status and comes in an oral formulation makes it stand out from its competitors. And let's not forget about the long intellectual property protection stretching into the 2040s, which gives Corcept a solid runway. So, what does this all mean for investors? With this latest news, Corcept's future looks incredibly promising. The positive trial results are a huge win, and the price target hikes reflect the growing confidence in the company's ability to capitalize on this opportunity. Of course, biotech stocks can always be volatile, but the data here suggests Corcept could be on the verge of a breakthrough in treating ovarian cancer and possibly other conditions too. If you're eyeing the stock, it's definitely one to watch closely in the months ahead. Please subscribe, give the video a like, and watch more from our playlist. Thanks.